Look what do we have here today, guys. Beautiful Cadillac 2022. And there's the older brother. Like that. This is the younger brother, older brother. And this right here is the baby cousin, if you want to call it that.
You can.
We can, right? We can call it that?
You can call it that, yes.
Hold up, Mike. Doesn't that make the Tahoe the other little baby cousin?
Well, I wouldn't say that the Chevy Tahoe is a baby cousin. I would say it's more like the older cousin. Like this one we got in the shop. It's called the High Country. This is the highest trim level of the Chevy Tahoe. If you look at the front end, it kind of has that front end of like a Silverado. People say this is the SUV of the Silverado. Although the GMC Denali and the Chevy Tahoe look alike, the Denali looks different, at least, you know. I think it looks pretty cool. The side, it got a little chrome on it, the wheels. I mean, it's not the big boy like the Escalade, but it's still 70 grand though. In your hand though. Y'all understand though, right? Quad exhaust in the back. As you can see, just like the Tahoe. Very nice. I mean, how could you get mad at it? Check out the inside. Stitching is a little bit different. See that? Still looks cool. The dashboard doesn't got like the ultra big screen. It's more like working man style. But it's still a very nice car. The baby cousin. Now, let's go back to the other cousin, which is the Chevy Tahoe. So you may be asking yourself, why do these cars all kind of look the same? Only difference is headlights or little tail lights or little things inside the interior. Basically, GM owns all of these cars. And let's not confuse GM with GMC. GMC is a car brand, like Cadillac is a car brand, Buick is a car brand, and Chevy is a car brand, which are all under the umbrella of GM, General Motors. Which is why they all kind of look similar. See the door panel? Same as the Denali. But the inside is a little bit different. As you can see, the infotainment screen pops out like the Mercedes-Benz. The seats are kind of the same. These are butterscotch interior. You see the back seats and the back third row is pretty much the same. This one has a nice panoramic roof, as you can see. High Country stitch right there on the seats, so you could know you're riding in the big boy. This is also another car that is kind of around that same segment as the Escalade and the Denali, the Mercedes version of those cars. It's kind of around there, like in competition, like with the Range Rovers, which is super high-end, very luxury, big SUVs. As big as it actually is, it's actually pretty small next to the Escalades and the Denalis and the Tahoes and all that. The G-Wagon is like a smaller SUV. Competition with the Urus and the BMW X6 and the Mercedes-Benz. What is the hatchback Mercedes-Benz?
The GLC?
The wannabe BMW X6 of Mercedes. We're gonna leave the G-Wagon out of this fight. We're gonna bring this big Mercedes-Benz into the fight and try to see where it stacks up. I mean, keep in mind, the Maybach version of this vehicle is on a whole other level. Like, we can't even really compare it to the Range Rover at that point. At that point, we would be comparing it more like to the Cullinan, where the Escalade is like for a regular millionaire to be chauffeured around in. The Maybach version of this vehicle is like for a multi-millionaire to be chauffeured around. So we can't really compare the Maybach version of this to the Escalade. Just like Eric says, no comparison. Now let's go back outside to check out the newer and older Escalade. Before, after. Check that out, guys. See that? Similar back. The taillights are similar, except right here it kind of curves a little bit. But it does have a similar look. And of course the front end is completely different. This is something else, guys. film new cars that come into the shop because those are the ones that get the most hits on YouTube. So whenever one of these new cars come in, what we like to do is show customers how they look before we tint them and after we tint them. We also like to give them like a small review of the car, how it drives, how it feels, and all of that. Of course, with the permission of the customer. And sometimes customers just are really happy to get a video done of their car and they just give it to us. So we got a really nice car in here, a 2022 Cadillac Escalade, and we're doing a small review on it. I'm just gonna go outside so I don't interrupt the guys.
We know that this vehicle has changed from its predecessor, but the biggest noticeable change is the grille. Look at that bad boy. I think they did a great job with the grille, and it fits this car very well. Check out its predecessor's grille, and then check out this grille. It's a big change, but they still have the long fogs and the long taillights. At first glance of the back of this Escalade, we noticed that these newer models, later 2000s, they've always been this long taillight, but you know, of course, they refined the inside of it. Cadillac, they know how to build taillights. They do this very well. I love this taillight.
There they go, guys. These are the ones that make the magic happen. Elix wins, Eric winning, and we're filming this beautiful 2022 Cadillac Escalade. Stay tuned. I'm gonna show you guys how they get the work done, get the job done.
Now we want to show you something really cool Cadillac did with their Cadillac emblem. I feel like it just made this Cadillac so much more better and cooler, futuristic, guys, because now they're making their little emblems or their insignias or Cadillac crescent, if I may call it, into the button to open up the trunk. So let's check it out. How's it feeling there, Mike?
Hey guys, pretty comfortable.
Okay. So, well, you know, definitely, comfortably, one body fits for sure. Maybe 6 mics in there. So well put together, this Cadillac. They put the subs in the back right there. Another one on the other side right here. Has a plug for you to plug anything in. If you gotta inflate your tires, or you can plug in a skillet for camping. Plug in your dog's electrical wire so like that he doesn't run off from away from the truck, and you actually get to electrocute him so he knows better. They also incorporated a USB-C on the side pillar, so you're never without charge. The back row has the pilot's chair, so it's divided. It has the middle for you to walk into the back, 3rd row seating.
Guys, look how easy this seat comes down. There's a button right here you just press, and it folds down like that. I didn't even have to touch it. Now, if I wanted to go up, to go into the back seat, I press the button again, and it goes up. Come on. Yeah, I love that.
Sitting in the back chairs is super comfortable, guys. These seats are great. The space you have is quality. You have this very big screen right in front of you, touch screen. Check out the door panels, guys. It has wood grain. It has candy paint, also has stainless steel on the doors. They put this door panel together very well. It looks beautiful. This is the back of the Yukon Denali. As we can tell, it still has the captain chairs in the back. It does feel really good back here. It has space. The seats are comfortable, but it's missing a lot of what the Escalade has to offer for you guys. In comparison to the Escalade, I feel like there is no comparison, right? This is 30, 40, 50 grand less than the Escalade. Can you take that money and invest it into this and get the TVs put here and all the extra little buttons and features into it? You probably could for the money. Of course, the extra features and the buttons, the speakers, the headliner, the moonroof, the sunroof. Is it gonna look as good? Probably not, guys.
Guys, look at the interior of this car. There's 5 different screens across this dashboard, including this big one right here, which is like 38 inches. So let's compare it to the Chevy Tahoe. As you can see, guys, much simpler. Turn it on. Look at that beautiful graphics on the screen. It shows the country in the fall with the nice, beautiful orange and red trees. It says high country right there, so you know you're riding in the big boy. Very simple interior, similar to the Denali, except, you know, it has the earthy tones in here because it's the high country, I guess. Beautiful interior nonetheless. but it still looks a lot like the Denali. So we're not really going to compare these. What we're going to do is just compare the Denali to the Escalade and leave this one out the fight. As you can see, this is the Yukon Denali center console. It's more kind of smaller. One screen here, one screen here. It's not like the Escalade or the Mercedes-Benz that has this big stretch long iPad looking thing that looks like they just threw it on there. The one in the Escalade, it actually goes really smooth with the dashboard. I think it's really cool. Me, in my opinion, for 70, 80 grand, I think it looks pretty good. I mean, compared to the Tahoe, it's kind of similar. Compared to the Escalade is kind of a cut above what you see going on here. Keep in mind, it is a Mercedes-Benz. I mean, the name does matter. Would you rather have Ray-Bans or would you rather have Louis Vuittons? See, these are Ray-Bans, right? But you see these little circles right there? Can you catch that? That's a little camera right there. They have little cameras, and you could record with them and stuff. Even though it has all this technology, the Louis Vuittons still cost more. But the Louis Vuittons, no camera or nothing, you're talking about a pair of $500 shades. We got the Ray-Bans with the cameras in them and, you know, music coming out of them and all of that. They connect directly to your phone. They cost like about $350 maybe. Where you got a pair of Louis Vuitton glasses, you're paying $400 or $500. It doesn't got none of that. See that little name right there? It's because of that. You know, Escalades and Tahoes are great cars. I mean, the Escalade might be better than this car. Your wife will tell you what it is. She's gonna tell you the truth. She's not gonna lie to you. She sees the Benz, she sees the Cadillac. She's gonna lean more towards the Benz. Why? Because this little star has a good reputation. It has a long history of making good quality cars. We can't just look at what the features are, how the design is, all the screens and all the speakers and interior. At this point, we're not talking about all of that. We're kind of talking about the stain, the name, how much good reputation it has. The name matters, guys. This dashboard, it has the navigation system where it tells you which way to go. It points in different directions when you're out on the road. So when you open this right here, it's a refrigerator, and you can have your drinks cold while you're driving along. You don't got to worry about your cold drinks getting hot or any of that. This has 36 speakers throughout the whole interior of this car. Some are out in the open, as you can see right here. Some are hidden. Some are in the headrest. I mean, like, what more could you ask for, guys? It sounds great. You press this little button right here, and it turns on conversation enhancement. And then there's little microphones right here that when you talk, your voice goes through those microphones and into the back speakers. So whoever is lounging back there or sleeping or whatever, you don't have to yell to the people in the back of the car like, yo, sit down. You just kind of speak softly to them, and they can hear you perfectly like you're right next to them. Check this out. It got Cadillac headphones with the logo on it. You see that? So you can listen to your nice Cadillac.
As much as we want to keep observing this vehicle, I have to get back to work. So let's put some tint on this bad boy. Now this customer wants full privacy in his back, but he doesn't want the two fronts of the front windshield to be too dark. But he still wants protection with his privacy. So he's gonna get 5% ceramic on the back half, 20% ceramic on the two fronts, and 50% ceramic on the front windshield to block out all those unwanted UV rays and the infrared rays that, of course, none of us want on our car. Not to mention, this is a $120,000 vehicle. Have you guys ever seen the dash being all cracked on cars? The buttons and the letters fading? That's the sun. The UV rays and the infrared rays tearing apart your car. You want to make sure that you put good quality film on this bad boy to make sure that you protect your investment.
Came through with the Escalade. Got it out the dealer yesterday. Why my prophecy, I getting paid. Now I'm winning straight off of the base. Whipped it out the dealer lot. Yeah. Straight to the tint shop. Yeah. Escalade getting tinted. Yeah. Now I'm really winning. Stay with me, dripping, as we get it. You can see me grinning. For a minute, sitting on 26. 26 with the list, looking lit, feeling like Chris.
We just finished the 2022 Cadillac Escalade, guys. We put 50 on the front windshield, 20 on the two front windows, and 5 on the back half on top of the 20% dyed glass. Tell us what you think about this combo. Let us know in the comment section below because we want to know. What's going on, all my winners? Now, this customer came back to change his two front windows from 20% to 5% ceramic.
24s or 26s?
Now they're 20. Oh, they're
26s.
2060s. Yeah, now they're 2060s. Not bad.
Them things is big.
Look at the difference in between the 22s that it originally came from the factory, and then these 26s with the spiked studs. We took 20% off the two front windows and installed 5% because he felt like 20 wasn't dark enough for him. Check it out.
Got it at the dealer yesterday. On my property, I'm getting paid. Now I'm winning straight off of the bay. Winning. 26. Winning. 26. Winning. On 26. Winning. On 26.
Came through with the Escalade. Got it at the dealer yesterday. Want more privacy, I'm getting paid. Now I'm winning straight off of the base.